a few months ago, it was very clear that the world was moving towards much greater unpredictability, volatility, uncertainty. Use whichever word you prefer. And here's the problem. When you predict something like that, people say, okay, so you predict what that means. Now, by very definition of unpredictability, you don't know what you're heading towards. Mm-hmm. It's not an extrapolation of what has been there in the past. I mean, clearly it's disruptive. But again, the human mind, like, for example, people felt in unpredictability that it'll be a variant, for example, of somebody's first term would be different, first term, and then what happens. But what we are seeing is terms are different, times are different, a few months make a difference, a few weeks make a difference, a few tweets make a difference. So actually, it's really quite a, I would say, an experience for the world to go through this level of policy changes, of practical impact of that. And also the fact that so much of it is done so publicly, that it's played out in the full glare of the spotlight. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is, if you look, I'm talking, the last 3-4 years, we began out by worrying about our supply chains mm-hmm. and our sources of production, and said, okay, when we said, let's de-risk the world, let us hedge against uncertainty, that meant having more production centers, having more supply chains, more resilient, more redundant supply chains. But now we also have to protect ourselves against the uncertainty of market access. Mm-hmm. So, you worry about over-dependence on markets just as you worried on over-dependence on suppliers or over-dependence on connectivity. So you could say, in a sense, almost the entire economic chain has become far more riskier or far more difficult really to assume in many ways. So